Hello everyone, this is Faith from faithsbizacademy.com. Now, if you sell kids printables or you have a website targeting at parents, teachers, as well as children's activities, then this is a printable that you want to learn how to create. Alphabet tracing worksheets. Okay, it's really easy to do that in Canva, and I'm going to show you how to do different ones. So let's get started. So we're on the Canva homepage right now. I'm going to start a new design. On the top right hand corner, click the button create a design, and I'm going to use US letter document size. Just click on it. A new project will open up, and I'm going to, on the left hand side menu, the text, just pick any font right here. Just click on one, going to the ellipse menu at the top right on here, and ungroup it because there's two groups of text boxes here, deleting one, and here I'm going to change it to letter A. Now I can just resize it, stretch it out. At the top menu here, change the color to black like this, and then now I'm going to change the effects for this font and go to this effect, and here once you select hollow, it just becomes a outline, a white letter A with a black outline. So that's great for coloring, for people to start writing inside here. So you can also go to the fonts here and then choose something more simpler. You can search for corporate because usually the corporate fonts are the ones that are simpler. So I want something that is big and bold. Yes, this looks like a good one for writing, tracing. So let's have this one, letter A. And because it's letter A, it's probably a good idea to have like an apple, right? So what we can do is go to elements, search for an apple, have this one, or just a simple black apple right here, like this. And then once we're done, what we need to add some lines to it so then the children can actually start tracing. Okay, so go to elements, here click on this line, and you can stretch it out, and as I stretch it all the way to the edge, the pink borders appear, so that will help me align it. Let me just zoom in a little bit more and shifting it up. And here on the top right hand corner, there's this duplicate icon. Just click on duplicate, shifting it down and duplicate it again, and I want some line in the middle, and for the middle line I want it to be dotted. So to change it, I can change the weight of the line, the thickness of it. Let's change it to 2, so the middle line is thinner, and I want to change it to dotted or dashed right here like this. So there we have it, this first row where kids can start writing the letter A. So I still want to use the same font. Just click on this text box, click on this ellipse menu, click on duplicate, resize it, but this time around I want it to be just normal. So going to effects, click on none, so there is no other, it's not a hollow effect anymore, so it's just a simple letter A right here. So let's have it like this, and then I'm going to make some more duplicates. Go to the ellipse menu to make a duplicate, or a quick way to do it is to press Ctrl D or Command D on your keyboard to duplicate. Now, because we want the children to be tracing it, so the first letter, I want it to be really bold, but the subsequent ones, I'm going to go back to this ellipse menu, go to this transparency slider, and just slide it right like this. So then the children can see it, but they can also write over it really easily. So let's set it as 20%. And then similarly, just keep on duplicating it to fill up the page, or rather fill up the row. And here I'm holding down the shift key to select these letter A's, going to the ellipse menu, going to position them, spacing them horizontally so they are now evenly spaced. Now this looks neat. And here I'm going to click and drag over here now, and let's see if I have gotten everything. I'm missing out the dotted lines and the top solid line, so holding down the shift key to click to select, and there we have it. And now I'm going to make another duplicate right here, click on duplicate, so that's row 2, and let's duplicate again, that's row 3. But for row 3 I'm going to remove the faint A's, so just have it like this, click and drag, Ctrl D or Command D to duplicate, shift it down, and there we have it. And perhaps let's see if we can squeeze in one more row. Let's duplicate that right like this. Okay, so there we go. That is letter A. And of course, if you want to change it, there is, if you want to add the small letter A, what we can do is just make a duplicate of this as well. Duplicate this and change this to small letter A. Now you can, some of the default letters, some of the fonts have default like capital letters or capital or small letters by default. So if you want to change that, you got to go to this ellipse menu, just click on that and then type in again, and it should get you the small letter. Okay, so there we have it, the small letter A. And then here, of course, you can also change it into a small letter A, but perhaps we don't want it to be this fancy A. So we would need to find a different font that gives me a simpler A. Let's see if we can find that, like this one. So this is a small letter A. And here, the apple, let's just shrink it down right here. And this one, just duplicating it and putting it right here. Perhaps I'm going to remove this and just zooming the page. Shrink it down, make sure that the small letter only sits between the dotted line and the bottom line. Deleting the rest, and the process is the same. Going to Effects, clicking on None, and pressing Ctrl D or Command D to duplicate it. And then here, I'm going to go to the ellipse menu again, transparency slider, change to 20%, and continue with duplicating it until I fill up the whole row. So that is one letter tracing worksheet for letter A. Now, I've actually received questions on how to actually create such a tracing alphabet tracing worksheet. What if it's for, let's say, Mandarin characters or any other language for that matter? So actually the technique is the same. Okay, so I've tried it for Chinese characters. I haven't tried it for other languages. So please feel free to try and tell me if you can get the same result as well. But let's just do this. Let's just duplicate this page right here. So if I'm going to create an entire set of alphabet tracing worksheets, then, the easiest way is to just duplicate this page. So I keep the lines, and all I need to do is delete all this, the letters, and replace them with a new letter. Or hold down the Shift key to select multiple elements on the page, and then hit the delete button. So now let's just try have this. Okay, actually I still want this. So Control C and pasting it here, Control V right here. And now I'm going to change it to writing a Chinese character. Okay, so let's just change that. So this one, it's 我, so it actually means me in Chinese. So let's just have that. And there we go. So basically, there aren't, from what I have checked, there aren't actually specific fonts for Chinese characters, but I can still get the hollow effect. So all I need to do is go to the effects. I can play around with this. So this is none. There's no effects for this. I can use the hollow effect so it becomes colorable or traceable. Okay, so same thing. I would do the same right here and then make it duplicate, shrink it down. And for this one here, I'm going to make it solid black. Going to effects, making it none, and clicking on duplicate right here, shifting it here. Same thing, go to the ellipse menu, transparency slider, change it to 20%, and just duplicating it. And now you see that the alignment is a little bit off, so just align it properly. Hold down the Shift key, go into this ellipse menu, go into position, space them horizontally and tidying them up so then everything will be neatly aligned. So this looks good. So then of course, if you want, you can actually find any graphics to put it here, or just, just add any pictures. And of course, if tracing worksheets like these, they tend to be simpler, like without colors. So it just makes more sense to print out multiple copies of them. Okay. So then once again, it's just, you can write any letters in any characters in any language. And here we can also change it to numbers. Let's make a duplicate again. And we can change it to just, let's say, number 2. And basically, once again, repeat the process. So let's just delete that. It's just really fast and really easy. Like this, stretch it out. And of course, you can, other than having the numbers, you can make a duplicate and you can type in the word as well. How do you spell out 2? There we go. Stretch it, shrink it, and there we have it, like this. And we're going to duplicate this again, Control D, shrink it down, align it. And what we do next, we go back to the effects, we get rid of the effects, we leave it as none. We fit number 2 between the lines, and we make duplicates. Control D to duplicate right here. Adjust the transparency, go into the ellipse menu, transparency, slider, or type in the number 20, and duplicate some more to fill up the row. Hold down the Shift key, just shifting it inside. Hold down the Shift key to highlight multiple items, and go to the ellipse menu, position, space horizontally, and nice. So there we have it. So we've got this row of 2, and then if you don't want there to be so many rows for writing, of course, you can also add in, just to give you a bit more ideas on designing these printables. Click and drag. Let's just move things up a little bit, like this. Neaten things up here. And maybe I can type in something like circle the group with 2 objects. Stretch it out, shrink it down, stretch it out right here. Go into the ellipse menu, go into positioning in the center. Oh, it looks like it's already centralized. So that's good. And then after that, I can find some more graphics here, like this. And then, of course, you can actually download your own graphics as well. So just for a quick demo, I'm just grabbing the Canva graphics right here, Control D. And then perhaps I'm going to have some boxes. So see all, I'm going to look for some under shapes. I want to have this, just a square, change it to black, shrinking it down, moving it here, like this. And I'm going to try to duplicate this, and hopefully I can fit 3. No, it's a little too wide, so I'm just going to shrink it down a little bit more. Oh, in fact, I could use the table element. So let's head over to the element section and go to the table right here. Click on this one. Now, of course, I don't need so many rows. All I need is just 1 row. So I'm just going to click on this ellipse menu. Go to delete row and repeat the process, delete row. Now, then I will be able to have this evenly spaced grid right here. Just stretch it to fill out the space, and then now I'm going to position it backwards so I can get the carrots more easily. So I've got 2 carrots here. Now, if you have something that is on top, because for Canva we can't really see the layers, but right now when I'm clicking on it, I can't get the carrots. That's because like this one, I can click on the carrot, but I can't click on this one. That's because the carrot is actually on a layer behind the table. So in this case, what you want to do is to shift this table all the way to the back. Let's have this table and shift it, position it all the way back. So then now I can get my carrots more easily, okay? Now, this one looks like it's not evenly spaced, so let's try to size the rows equally. Let's go to the ellipse menu here. Size columns equally, and there we have it. And then I can add some more graphics. Let's have this pair here, and just duplicate here, as well as this watermelon. Holding the Shift key to select multiple items, Control D or Command D to duplicate, and there we have it. So now not only do I have some tracing activities, I also have this other activity for, just to provide some variety on the worksheets that you want to create for preschoolers, for elementary students, for, any target audience that you want. Just apply these techniques and go forth and try out all this. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below and I will answer them personally. And if there's any other Canva tips that you want to look into, let me know as well in the comment section and I will create a Canva tutorial to answer your question as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to We really appreciate that you will like our video, subscribe to our channel, and also follow it so that you can stay updated on all the new tutorials added every week. Thank you so much. Once again, I'm Faith from faithsbizacademy.com, and I will see you around.